Yeah, I mean, legit, just kill this guy. Who's to know? Say the Voltes 5 destroyed him when he came down to Earth. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with another episode of Voltes 5. We are... oh god, I want to say we're at least 2 episodes in to the Kenichi Isn't Dick arc. And I'm really hoping that the Kenichi Is a Dick arc doesn't go for like 40 episodes long. I'm hoping something happens where he's just not like, shit, fuck, don't you know what it means to be a team player? And use my gun to destroy the thing that's most valuable to you in this world. Like, I don't know. Typically, I think when characters start behaving that way, they're on a path towards rectifying themselves because something will happen to make them see the error of their ways. But every end of episode, we're just back together as a group laughing, and somebody else has learned their lesson, not Kenichi. So maybe the lesson here is that Kenichi's a dick for a reason, but listen to what Kenichi says. I don't know. The next time on last episode seemed to imply that we were going to get something new from the Bosnians, so I'm looking forward to that because they're the characters we don't spend a lot of time with, other than Heinl punishing the failures of those underneath him, even though he literally locked his general guy up in a dungeon for his failures and then let him out, and then he has failed essentially for 3 more episodes. Technically, I think Catherine has failed and then somebody else failed, but he failed in the episode that they let him out, and he's still been out of the dungeon the entire time, so clearly Heinl is kind of wishy-washy about what he's punishing and what he's not punishing. Not that anybody has any success whatsoever. So I guess let's see what the outsider thinks about what's going to happen in next episode.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Maybe what I need to do is get like an actual xylophone. Or, you know, again, I keep saying xylophone. I'm fairly certain it's not a xylophone, what I'm thinking of. But I just can't think of the actual name. And, you know, just every time it starts to play, instead of like do with my fingers on the horn in the overlay, I need to like just play it up. You know, play the harpsichord. Not harpsichord's wrong. Harpsichord's a stringed instrument. We're definitely talking about percussive? A percussive instrument, I believe is the right word. Sorry, my knowledge in this field is basically like elementary school. I don't know, isn't a maramba a... Sorry, I can't talk when I'm playing the horn. I thought the maramba was a Shagan instrument. Conspiracy in it? Because that implies that that guy that we see is already there. Also somewhat confused that the one-eyed tiger appears at the very beginning of the episode. Also, Jurgle or Jenga, God, I can't remember the guy's name. The J guy also has a horn, and this thing has a horn and the eye thing. Yeah, see, right there. Are they like taking the brains of the animals that they find and like putting them into machines? Feels like that's what's going on, because he's saying Heinl captured him. He's a fucking giant robot. Jangle. Yeah, I think I had it right. Zamboji.
おそらく我々の様子を探りに来たものと思われる。ギャンギャン、丁重に地底城へ案内して差し上げる。はい。
I would say y'all are just hovering here. It's very surprising that the Voltes 5 didn't just attack them. Also, those markings, I was surprised it wasn't like a Bowosnian, like, space pirate or something.
敵がエネルギーを吸収する能力を持っているとなると何か対策を立てねばならん。
Also, this is the first time that they've... Are you relieved about that, Kenichi? Anyway, this is the first time that energy has been a problem.
Jangan, 油断するな。我々はボルテス5に阻まれてまだ確たる戦果を上げていない。ザキ公爵はそれを盾に何を言い出すかわからん。 十分心得ております。現にザキ公爵のあることないことの報告によって皇帝陛下から死刑にされた者が多数。
I mean, conceivably, you lost against one machine repeatedly. It does not look good. I have to think that your only escape here is to kill the Duke before he leaves. You know, chop his head off on his way out.
ザキ公爵、皇帝陛下のご名代とはいえ、このような辺境の星へよくぞ参られた。ファイネル殿におかれましてはいつもお元気のご様子。皇帝陛下はいかがだ。お変わりはないか。お変わりはございませぬが、ことのほかご立腹のご様子。分かっておる。公爵がわざわざ地球へ参られた理由も察しておる。それはそれは。 I
wonder if Prince Heinel is actually a prince in the classic European sense, or in the Emperor has a lot of women at his beck and call, and he's just one of many princes.
あのような能なしを地球征服軍の司令官にしたことは世の間違いではなかったか。こうも申しておられます。 奴は能なしだけではなく臆病者のうつけではない。おいおい、そんな話聞きたくもないわ。そうでしょうて、誰でも本当の話は耳に痛いものじゃ。
Yeah, I mean, legit, just kill this guy.
今の言葉、もう一度申してみよ。
Who's to know? Say the Voltes 5 destroyed him when he came down to Earth.
この足を切ろうというおつもり。ハイネル様。
ハイネル様、ここはどうぞご忍耐を。
伺いますが、殿下は拙者を何だと心得られますか。
I mean, maybe that's the way you get promoted. Oh, that's different. I thought he was attached to the current emperor. I didn't know he was different. So does that imply his generals are loyal followers of his dad, and that this is their way of keeping the prince safe?
お若いから血が昇るのも無理のないこと。せいぜい頭を冷やされるがよい。
I mean, this is depth to a character that I didn't think we might be in depth to.
もうよい。屈辱に耐えることぐらい私にとっては何でもない。私は幼い時より裏切り者の子と呼ばれ、蔑みとあざけりの中で生きてきた。
の子だよ、ほら。
あいつか、裏切り者の子ってのは。
まったくなんて子だよ、憎ったらしい顔してさ。
Oh, dead too.
本当にさ。
He's kind of in the same boat as Ippei. And that's starting to feel like an episode of Infinite Rivals.
物心ついた頃の私は王家の血を引く身でありながら、父が犯した大罪で宮廷を追われ、祖父母に育てられていた。
お察しいたします。本来なればハイネル様のお父上が皇帝の位に就かれるべきところ、それを
How does
皇
that
族の
work?
耳に入ったら何とする。あの男のことだ。陛下にどのような告げ口をされるのかわからん。陛下は
Like, I mean, with like 2 emperors, like, is your father the brother of the current emperor?
それでお父上様は。
知らぬ。顔も見たことがない。私が生まれた時、すでに父上は処刑されていたという話だ。母上もまた私を産むとすぐ亡くなられた。それゆえ、私は何としてもこの戦いに勝たねばならぬのだ。裏切り者の子というお命
Kind
を
of
果た
a
すためにも、
Worf from
大
Star
公爵の
Trek
下げすべ
situation.
た侮りに対しても。
なんと、まことでございますか。皇帝陛下はハイネル様の死を。
なんじゃその方は、陛下のスパイとしてハイネルの監視役を仰せつかった身でありながら、そのお心打ちも知
Why
ら
one
な
of his own generals, though?
まさか陛下がハイネル様の死を願っておられようとは。
ハイネルをわざわざこのような辺境の星へ追いやられたのは、戦死を願われてのこと。
I mean, they are defeating him.
つまり
You don't need to butt in on that one. That's happening.
血を引いているからだ。大きな声では言えぬが、今の皇帝陛下はハイネルの父を陥れてくらいに疲れた。
Why would you tell anybody that?
くらいを奪い返されるかと。
そうじゃ、戦いで死んでくれれば後腐れがなくて一番いい。ところが運が強いというのか、なかなか思い通りになってくれぬ。
それで公爵閣下が。
そうじゃ、しびれを切らしてやってきたというわけさ。聞けば幸いなことに、この度の戦いはハイネルが陣頭指揮に立っているそうだな。
負け続けてますゆえ、ハイネル様も落ち着かず自ら指揮に立たれたのでございます。
How did he land the job to take out a backwater planet 14,000 light years away? Doesn't seem like a cushy big ass job.
お前が進めればよい。陛下への報告を作ろうためとでも言ってな。あとは戦死させればよい。
申されますと。
攻撃重視ガルゴーの弱点はどこだ。
脇腹の装甲がやや薄くはなかったかと。
よし、その
I
弱
mean, if
点
you
を記した
knew that, why did you
作
build
戦
it that
計画
weak?
書を敵に送り届けてやれ。
I guess maybe it's just a trade-off for speed or
驚
something.
くことはない。敵のロボットも最高司令官が直接戦うと知れば張り切らざるを得まい。
はあ、さすがは皇帝陛下の懐刀と言われている公爵様。このズールは足元にも及びませぬ。
誰にも怪しまれぬように片付けねばならんのだから、世話の焼けることよ。
Now this guy is clearly going to have to betray the Duke. Because otherwise I do not see a future for this, like... He's like Finster from original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Ooh, who is this? Is this going to be the dad? The dad's actually secretly still alive? By the dad, I mean the Voltace 5 team member's dad.
ではこの作戦計画書とガルゴーの設計図をこやつの懐へしまい込め。お
No, I guess just an unrelated human.
あとは見つからぬようにこの城を抜け出して話した通りにやれ。奴隷が設計図と作戦計画書を手土産にビッグファルコンへ逃げようとして殺された。
Interesting that the soldiers have tails. Because I said before that Heinel had like reptilian eye thing going on before.
死因は背中から胸へかけての貫通重創です。死後硬直がないところを見ると、撃たれてからまだそれほど時間は経っていないようです。無知の跡ということは、この男は奴隷か何か。おそらくそう見て間違いない
Or, you know, forced servitude.
これは
設計図、重視の設計図よ。
もう一つはフォアザン文字だ。これは作戦計画書だ。
作戦計画書？
すごい。そいつはすごいものが手に入ったぜ。しかし、なぜこんなものをあの男が持っていたんだろう。おそらくあの男はこの設計図と計画書を土産にわしらを頼って逃げ出してきたんだろう。だが島の近くまで来たとき、気の毒にも。
I mean, the problem is it's very unnatural a thing to think is happening. It's very good as a subterfuge. I mean,
両方ともまだ検討の余地はあるが、これまでに分かったことを説明しよう。この作戦計画書によると、次の攻撃にはあの攻撃重視に敵の最高司令官。
I don't get though how they're going to trick Prince Heinel into making the next attack himself.
敵は最高司令官がお出ましになるのか。そしてこの設計図からだが、ガルゴーの弱点は脇の装甲板が薄いことだ。
じゃあそこを集中攻撃すれば。
敵は一撃のもとに。
Also, the slight confusion of, are these things like intelligent on their own, or are they all piloted?
これで勝ったも同然でごわす。こうなりゃ気楽なもんよ。いつでも来い。
Like, if he's piloting it, why does it, like, roar and everything? Is that implying that Prince Heinel is roaring in the cockpit?
この老いぼれが陛下へ胸を張れるような働きを頼みますぞ。ザキ公爵、しかと見届け陛下に申し上げられよ。私が敵を討ち取るところをな。討ち取られるのはハイネル、お前の方だ。
I think the stupid move is the fact that you're apparently launching your ship to watch Heinel die, which puts you in the danger zone. Yeah, why are you following? We legit know that the base can watch the attacks happen at a distance all the time. Well, I mean, at least they're immediately going into Voltes 5 mode. Damn, is Heinel doing the roaring? Is that what's happening? Oh, immediately to the weapon I hate the most. It is interesting that they're speed rushing the fight. But anyway, we spent most of the episode focusing on the politics of the Boaznian Empire, which I appreciate. It's always kind of a shock that they don't immediately go into the Heavenly Sword.
ズール、いかなることだ。あの弱点を攻め立てられておるのに、ガルゴーは無傷だぞ。
申し訳ありませぬ。ハイネル様の命令で脇腹の装甲を強化したんですか。
何？ハイネルの命令
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not getting into that thing until you reinforce its weak points.
にもハイネル様の手下どもに見張られておりまして。
ハイネルに知れたのか。
さて、それはどうか全く。
ハイネルめとぼけよって。カザリン、礼を言うぞ。おかげで公爵の狙いを知ることができた。
公爵様は油断のならぬお方ゆえ。
I mean, at least this way you can try and trick them.
敵の手に渡った設計図と作戦計画書はズールの部屋から盗んだものと思われます。そうとは知らぬボルテス5。見ておれ、ガルゴーよ、勝利まであとわずかだ。
Okay. I was saying, maybe you can trick the Voltes 5 team into taking out the Duke for you. But it's also kind of weird that he has to command the Gargo to do things when he's sitting inside the Gargo's head. It's like he's implying it does have a mind of its own. Sorry, the eyeballs is making like... I mean, oddly, the thing is going up, implying that you're getting more energy.
あの設計図をコンピューターにかけた結果、ガルゴーが吸い取れるエネルギーには限界があることが分かった。それでどうすればいいんだ。ボルテス5のエネルギーはこれ以上やるわけにはいかないんだ。円盤を狙い、円盤のエネルギーをガルゴーに好きなだけ吸い取らせるんだ。よーし。
That makes no sense. I mean, legit, the only reason for you to not let it suck all your energy out is because the saucer's there and you don't know what the hell the saucer's doing. I mean, I guess if it does have its own intelligence, then it's just fucking stupid. Because otherwise it would attack everything around it, getting all their energy. Look, I'm not sad that the Duke is dead. It just doesn't make any sense, this episode's trail of logic. Sorry, very cartoony sound effect there as he got away. I do appreciate the intrigue plot that's going on now. I could deal with a lot more of episodes like this. Maybe not so much the element that the fight didn't make sense. Like, 'cause I understand there's an element of super robot, right? But the logical inconsistency of why Garga follows all of your commands until it gets the Duke's saucer in its mouth, and then it just decides to do whatever the fuck it wants to do, makes no sense to me. Why would they go out of their way to attack the saucer that's doing nothing to them right now instead of focusing on the beast monster that's actively attacking them and causing them a problem? That also makes no sense. Why they would decide to use their spinning top attack to attack the saucer when they previously stated that if Garga gets overpowered, it would explode. Why wouldn't you just let it keep sucking the power out of the saucer instead of attacking it when it's effectively going to kill itself? I don't know. Again, it just didn't make much sense to me.
地球防衛軍の本部を吸収するジャンギャルの狙いは何か。襲いかかる重視ゴンダムを前に、めぐみは無断で戦列を離れてしまう。追い詰められた岡防衛長官に危機が迫る。次回ボルテス5夢が招いた大ピンチにご期待ください。
That's pretty interesting. It looks like we rebuilt the bird again, because it looks like exactly the same bird that we fought last episode. And the idea that we're going to take General Oka hostage, I guess? I mean, that's especially interesting because, well, one, it doesn't seem like we've ever tried to take anybody hostage before. Two, that's obviously Megumi's dad, so that's a personal attack on one thing. Seems like General Oka's at Earth Defense Force headquarters, so to get to him seems like a huge oversight on the defense of the defense headquarters. What it really reminds me of, and again, this is only going to hit for the American audience, I feel like, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, season 1 or 2, I can't remember, when they take Jason hostage, and he is depowered. He doesn't have any of his powers. He's just a human trapped in a cage, essentially. And, God, now I'm so drowned in anime names. Now I can't remember the bad guy's name. He's like basically a giant monkey humanoid. He's got a monkey's face, but he stands like completely straight up. Giant buff guy. He's got wings off of his back. Gold armor. Goldo. Goldo was his name. Sorry. Just took me a while. And Goldo is in the cage with Jason, basically taunting him and attacking him constantly. And Jason, without his powers, has to constantly hold Goldo off. While in the rest of the episode, his friends are trying to find out what happened to him and rescue him. Goldar. That's right. You're right. Goldar, not Goldo. I was close. Again, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was a show that I grew up with as a kid. So it's been a long time, and I've never gone like back to watch it again. Yeah, Goldar. Sorry, I've forgotten why I started telling that story. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. I got a shit memory, and this is why I often interrupt my co-hosts while we're having a dispute or an argument when they say something, because I don't think I'm going to remember it by the time that they get to the end of their point. Pointed by the fact that I was making a point on my own, no interruptions, and I forgot why I started before I got to the end. Anyway, yeah, I really like... See, I'm already going to abandon it because I can't remember what I was talking about. I really like the political intrigue that we have going on here. Heinel feels like much less of a one-dimensional character now. Like, his mother died in childbirth, but did she really? That's always up for debate once you start throwing that out there. The dad was the real emperor, or he was... Yeah, his dad would be the emperor if he hadn't died. And it's like, if he was a traitor, then how did the other guy become emperor? Which implies then that his dad was the real emperor, and the other guy usurped him and then changed the message, as it were. And I also don't know how we're going to handle again, I called him Finster. Finster was a character from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. He was the guy who made Rita's Putty Patrol and the Monster of the Week every time. It kind of feels like that's what what's his name, Zool, is for here in Heinel's group. But he also, Finster may have been conniving, but he never would have turned on Rita. But apparently I was wrong about that. Zool is willing to turn on Heinel, or at least be used by the political machine around him. I hope that we get fallout for the Duke's death, and that it just doesn't forget that the Duke existed moving forwards. Because I hope that's, because, this is an element of, this is one of the 3 romance giant robot animes that Tamino worked on before Gundam and everything. I hope that's one of the more real elements, is that we start focusing on the intergalactic political drama, and maybe Voltes 5 is being used as an element of that in the attack on Earth, and not so much a focus on Voltes 5 as a group that's defending Earth, kind of subverting that expectation of a show. That way I can stop focusing on how much of a dick Kenichi is, and how much better the political drama could turn out to be. Just my hope, anyway. That said, though, I think those are really all my thoughts about this episode. Because again, it was just a subversion of, we're not focusing on the Voltes 5 crew this time. This time we're focusing on Heinel and his thing. And I expect to find out that his generals are actually former allies of his dad, and kind of like in exile, and the best that they could do was protect his son, Heinel, obviously. Again, I'm more interested in that stuff than I am with the human story of the Voltes 5 crew, so that's where my focus lies. Obviously, had myself drawn as Heinel. Anyway, that's it for this episode. So once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions. We will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?